You're watching A Recipe for Nightmares, exploring the Vincent Price cookbook with your host, John McNee. Gotta come up with a shorter title. Yes, good old Vincent Price, horror icon, movie star, and in his day, celebrity chef, publisher of a treasury of great recipes from 1965, and I'm working my way through some of them. 3 episodes in now, probably time to be making a dessert of some kind. So that's what we're going to be doing today, making a dessert of some kind. Today's recipe is Souffle Grand Marnier, which sounds complex, but actually it is. We require confectioner's sugar or icing sugar, eggs, flour, butter, milk, Grand Marnier, ladyfingers, salt, and granulated sugar. Here's what the Vincent Price cookbook has to say about souffles. The souffle is ideal for the busy housewife. How? I'm going to be here all night. So to begin, in a saucepan, beat a half cup of confectioner's sugar. Whoa. And 5 egg yolks. Oh dear. Looking pretty well. Beat. Hard to beat, you could say. Stir in 3.5 tablespoons of flour. At this stage, you might be asking, have you made a souffle before, John? The answer to that is no. But do I know how to make a souffle? No. So this is a horrible mess of unmixable starch, and from this we're going to produce something incredibly elegant and delightful, because that's what we do in this show. Here we have 1 3/4 cups of warm milk. We're going to pour that into our mixture and beat it and return it to the hob. But as it warms, it'll get thicker. The idea is you don't want to boil it for reasons that I'm not entirely clear about. It is getting thicker, but is it thick enough? Is it thick enough? And this is a decision you have to make for yourselves at home. I can't do everything for you. In life we are faced with these challenges. How do I know when the sauce is thick enough? It should be thick. I know that much. You want a thick sauce. Are lumps good? Less lumpy. Custard, like custardy. Been having a bit of a custardy battle. That's a joke for all you divorced parents. I mean, it's not an amusing subject, I apologise. Once it's thick, we remove it from the heat. Just let it sit there on its own, minding its own business, not causing anyone any problems. Hopefully. Add 1 tablespoon of butter. The butter is in, so we're just going to let that cool. You know what these are? Ladyfingers. Boudoir. Saucy. So we're going to take 2 of these, break them in half, and soak them in about 3 tablespoons of Grand Marnier. While they're soaking, we're going to add another 3 tablespoons of Grand Marnier to our sauce. And now preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. Here I have 6 egg whites. Into this I'm going to put a little pinch of salt, and then you grab your electric whisk from its secret hiding place and whisk the whites until they are stiff. Until they're stiff. I think that's about right. Take another bowl, egg mixture, and into that we're going to fold our egg whites. This is my technique for folding. Just go straight down in and fold. You definitely don't want to mix it too much. You don't want to get the air out of it. You want this to puff up. The point is, better to be undermixed than overmixed. I almost sound like I know what I'm talking about. And I guess we'll both find out later, won't we? This is a souffle dish. Take some butter and butter all the way around the inside of the dish. Perfect. Sprinkle the inside with a little granulated sugar. Put in about half the souffle mixture. If you're wondering where this recipe was discovered, Vincent Price found it in the Tour d'Argent in the grand city of Paris, France. And their little twist was to take ladyfingers soaked in Grand Marnier and hide them inside the souffle as a little surprise for their clientele. According to Vincent, you pay a lot extra for that touch at the restaurant, but not at home. So we're going to take our ladyfingers, remember them, and just place them on top of the mixture we've already put in, and then cover it with the remaining souffle mixture. Now, Vincent Price's recipe doesn't say anything about a collar, but I'm going to add one anyway because I may have slightly overfilled this, and also I think it looks cute. The souffle goes immediately into the hot oven, and then turn the temperature down to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius, and bake for 30 minutes. Oh, the souffle. So when the 30 minutes are up, take your souffle from the oven and sprinkle it with some granulated sugar and return to the oven for a final 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That's it. Done. We made this together. You're a part of this. I mean, not really, I made it, but you watched, so how, you may ask, does one serve souffle Grand Marnier? The idea is to take 2 big spoons and just go at it right in the middle, like that. Come in like that and spoon it out. We're going to be pairing today's dish with black coffee and more Grand Marnier, because why not? And the Vincent Price horror film, The Fall of the House of Usher. Why? Because much like today's episode, it is a film all about a structure constantly on the verge of collapse.
Both of us suffer from a morbid acuteness of the senses. Mine is the worse for having existed the longer, but both of us are afflicted with it. Any sort of food, more exotic than the most pallid mash, is unendurable to my taste buds.
Today's episode is brought to you by Petroleum Precinct, the sequel to Grudge Punk. From the same twisted mind that brought you Grudge Haven and all of its diseased, depraved inhabitants comes a full-blown novel detailing the trials and tribulations of the Grudge Haven Police Department. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join us again for another recipe for nightmares. Grand Marnier is liqueur made with cognac and liqueur of citrus Bugarradia oranges.
It tastes like perfume.